All right, Rigo Dominicci, Kevin Horowitz. Now, we talked about in the last fight, if it went into the later rounds, how conditioning would play a factor. I'm waiting to see in this fight how experience will play a factor. Rigo Dominicci making his 17th fight at the professional level. Kevin Horowitz in just his 5th pro fight. And you got to wonder if it gets into the 2nd or 3rd round if Dominicci has the edge because he's been down that road so many times.
I think experience does play a role in that. Just because you've been there, done that, and you're going to stay composed. But I think also what type of, your conditioning is going to play a huge role, and also what type of camp you come from. If you come from a tough camp with a lot of tough guys that are beating you up constantly, you're not going to panic as much when you're in a bad position in a fight.
See Kevin here working feverishly for a single leg takedown with Rigo up against the cage.
Rigo trying to get behind there and get a little bit of a choke going on, but Horowitz keeping his composure.
Almost seemed like a neck crank.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you see someone shoot a single, they want to try to get their head on the inside. When they go to the head on the outside on a single, they expose their neck. If you see him now, he's got his head on the inside with the opposite leg single.
If Rigo flips his probably, could he get a guillotine right here? Because he does have, it seems
he
like
can,
but
he needs to get us back off the cage.
Okay. You see Horowitz wisely pushing him into the cage. This way he kind of takes that part out. And now Horowitz with a takedown. But Rigo's got that arm around the neck, so he's keeping his level. He's keeping his leverage for somewhat here. And as we expected, this fight now gets down to the ground. Both fighters have an ample amount of submissions in their record, not a lot of knockouts. So I expect this fight, and I would be expecting it to stay here for quite some time and possibly the remainder of this round if it gets that far. Really no action right now, as Rigo kind of has his back against the cage trying to catch his breath. And we'll see how conditioning plays a factor. I know Rigo had a tough time making that weight yesterday. It seemed like he was really dragging to get down to the limit. We'll see if that plays a factor. If he's fully hydrated at this point, we would certainly hope so now. Both fighters now back on their feet here.
Yeah, Rigo doing a good job getting back up. Kevin, I'm trying to make him pay a little bit. Some punches there, some knees to the thighs. But again, going for the single. Looks like he's about to get it. Yeah, but right away when this fight started off, Kevin didn't seem like he wanted to stand with Rigo whatsoever. He immediately shot in, and it worked to his advantage.
He's got that grappler build to him with the height. He doesn't have much reach on Rigo.
Definitely built much closer to the ground, and Horowitz now keeping his position on top of Dominicci, and Rigo's got his back against the cage, trying to get some leverage and maybe get back on his feet. We'll see how they use this to their advantage, at least use this cage here.
Yeah, Horowitz in a half guard right now. I obviously wouldn't be surprised to see him try to move to side control.
We got about 2:45 to go in the opening round, so we're about halfway through with this one, and it's been mostly on the canvas so far. Horowitz now trying to work the ribcage a bit, but Dominicci now turning over. This could be dangerous here. And as Horowitz with some shots to the head, he's really leveling him with those left hands. Trying to get underneath, but Rigo's keeping his arm, he's keeping his guard up and not dropping those elbows. He's also giving that sneaks in.
Yeah, so as he's getting up, he's also giving up his back in the process.
Yeah.
Kevin do a good job kind of trying to control the legs.
And you can see the frustration on Rigo Dominicci's face. He's just kind of shaking his head. He just can't get anything going here. Like you said, Horowitz really controlling his legs here. And Dominicci again finds himself in a real compromising position here. Oh. Horowitz has had control of most of this round. We're just under 2 minutes remaining in the opening round of this welterweight bout, the third fight of the evening here at Road Rage.
What Rigo needs to do here is try to get the left side underhook, and then he can try to hip it down onto his right hip and try to come up with it. But this, yeah.
Good transition by Horowitz. Looked like he had the back there, but almost kind of gave it up. I mean, as we saw with Jimmy Davidson, getting his both hooks in quickly and being able to finish.
Yeah.
And now Kevin gets his hooks in, and
now we'll see if he can get that rear naked choke possibly and get a submission. He's got one arm under. He's got the right arm almost there. But Rigo doing a good job of just trying to roll over and just maybe get him off him a bit, but it's not working at this point. And now Horowitz really trying to dig it in.
Definitely like to see Rigo try to pull down one of his arms here, take away some of the leverage.
Doesn't have him under the neck. He's just kind of smothering him over the nose.
Yeah, look like an old school neck crank. Those hurt.
Oh, he's back up.
Oh, now they both get back up. Good job by Rigo Dominicci to get back on his feet, but Horowitz again just gets him right back against the cage, delivers a right hand, both fighters down again. And Horowitz just maintained that control on top the whole round. under a minute to go. We'll see if Dominicci can get out of this one and we can get into a second round. It'll be the first time of the night that we get to the second round. So maybe we will see it at some point. Man, he just tapped. And we're going to see a replay real quickly here to check out what happened, see if we can kind of get some grasp. Well, he taps out with the left, so I'm assuming the right. No, he grabs that left wrist.
Yeah, it looked like he did have a choke in when he tapped, but you know, it's hard to say what he tapped from. I mean, the choke was in deep.
The choke was in deep, like you said, and then he's holding the wrist, so maybe a combination of both, and he just decided that was enough.